frequencies.
So these activations that you do as dolphins, who do they benefit?
The sea, the planet, people.
So it's for everyone.
It's for everyone.
Mm-hmm.
It's universal. Not specific.
Tell me more about these activations.
I'm receiving light body activations. It's the explanation. There's lights. More like a swirling. Looks like on a map when you see a hurricane and it spins in a circle with green and blue. And there's an end point where everything is spinning towards. And that's what I see.
Are there colors attached to these frequencies?
Light green, neon green, blue, white, yellow, orange, red.
Are all these colors together, or are they separated with a different
They're in a
frequency?
spiral like DNA, spiral DNA.
Okay.
Just all the colors are mixing in with each other. They're apart, but they're together. They form oneness. But they all have a separate purpose.
And these frequencies come from within you, or do they come through you?
Through.
So what is the original source of these frequencies?
Oneness. Source consciousness.
So if they're coming from source, do they have to be adjusted or toned down to benefit the planet?
They need to be deciphered because people need explanation of what things are and how they work. They can be felt. They can be felt through the body, the light body. And when time comes, everything is revealed when it needs to be. Like a flower that blooms in time, in the right time.
So these codes would be held within the DNA, and when the individual or the whatever they're in is aware enough to receive them,
Then it opens up and the information is released like a time capsule.
Okay. So for instance, the color blue, what does that signify in frequency and tone?
Peace, serenity, oneness, vastness, the sky, the universe, the vastness of the spirit, their origin.
And what about red?
Emotions, how emotions rule the life, how they direct. Karma is also linked to that.
Are these frequencies aligned with the chakras at all of the body of a human?
In a way they are. Yes, they are.
How does that work?
Each color activates at a certain time and it releases and helps with red with emotion, yellow with relationships and they direct the relationships to assist in the ascension process of the body and the mind. And the more the color flourishes and activates, the more peace and completeness there is in that sector of life of the individual. It fills the light body. until it glows with all the colors within, exhibiting one color that has all inside. A balance, internally and externally. Balance within oneself.
So do you have a sense as to how well humans are receiving these frequencies?
They're working with it. Some work with it more, some are here to do the karma game, to go back and forth, to experience life to the fullest, to learn lessons. The will is where it gets a little tricky. Everybody has free will to choose what they want, how they want it. There's always spirit to guide, but they can choose not to listen and to go make their own path. And that is okay too.
So how is Julia accepting these frequencies?
She's fighting it. Quite a bit. But she's always guided and always knows that there's a higher purpose and a higher life path. She feels it within her soul, within her actions, within her daily life. She's very unsure of how to get there and has many questions and doubts, but feels a pull towards the light. And that is us calling to her.
Are you an aspect of her?
Yes.
Are you communicating with her on a continual basis?
Subconsciously, but she chooses not to listen. We communicate through what she perceives as repeating numbers. And she had questions about those.
Yes.
That is us constantly reminding, sending little reminders to awaken her subconscious to be conscious.
Okay. Can you explain some of the numbers? For instance, the 111?
That is unity. Unity that she is one. One is also beginning. We're at the beginning stages of unifying the whole with the body, mind, and soul. The Trinity, body, mind, and soul, 3 ones. 3 ones for the body, mind, and soul. The 4th one for the 1111 is the unification of the 3, which bring it all together into a full unity within.
So at the time she receives these numbers, it's just as a reminder to her to remember?
It's also an activation which she feels but she doubts.
Okay.
It's also an activation, and it helps and works towards strengthening the knowing, the trusting, the inner connection. Every time, the more numbers she sees, the more activations she's exposed to, the stronger the bridge is built from within. That is why the experiences she's been having are getting stronger and louder, more expressed, more noticeable. It is just the beginning of a very beautiful path.
You're not going to let her ignore them anymore, are you?
Not at all.
Not at all.
It's time. It's
Okay.
time. We've been waiting for a very long time.
What do you want her to do when she does notice these numbers? What would you like her to do in that moment?
Take a moment, take a deep breath, center. Be in the here and now. Pay attention to the body, what you feel, what you see, what you smell. Just be present. Because those are moments that different energy frequencies are coming through, and the more she embodies them, the more benefit she will feel, because she's looking for that connection, but the connection is already there.
Mm-hmm.
She's just looking elsewhere instead of right within. And that is where all the answers are, always have been.
Beautiful. Now what about the number 1221?
1221. the day the solar eclipse began.
And was there...
There was a big stargate that opened, and a huge frequency upgrade came through, and it is still uploading. It's more like a software that you put into the body, and it takes time for the body to integrate the information, for the soul to be able to access that information. So she sees it very often, and that is just a reminder, and also an activation point to continue the download and the installation of the program that came through the gateway.
How is it affecting her at this time? What is she noticing that she can contribute to that code download?
At this moment, there's really not much that she can do from her end. She needs to focus on centering herself on meditation, reconnection, rebuilding the connection that she herself chose to sever, or to disassemble the stepping stones and build new ones, because there are new pathways that are being built at the moment, constantly, daily. New connections, new ways of connecting with other souls, understanding. And she's beginning to understand and has some ideas that come through. There's a lot of doubt also.
What is the final outcome of the 1221 code downloads? What is their purpose?
There's a lot of different purposes. One being to be able to change perception on a physical realm, in the physical realm. So auditory, visual changes. It's been building up to many different changes, to being able to see energy, to read energy, which is coming and going. There's waves of understanding, of reading, vibration, the ability to read a person's emotions. It comes online at times, but then it goes down. So some of the upload and the upgrade is installed and continues to... There is access to that information and that ability, but then at times she goes offline because there's still an integration part, and that will take time.
Do you have a sense of how long it will take to integrate all these energies and frequencies?
Yes. The reason why she also sees the 21, because the year 21 is when things change drastically. 12, 21. It's not just December 21st. It is also the year 21. 12 is December, the month she was born. There's two different meanings to that. So on her birthday, in December of 2020, this year, is when the upgrade will be complete. But 21, which is a mere week away from then, is when those changes will impact her whole life, her existence. Everything will come online 100%. There's going to be an integration period for the next year, and she will be able to access a lot of what she's looking for and what she's here to do, which will take time. And overloading right now with all that information is not at the best interest.
Okay.
But there's a lot of aspects that will be coming online, and the craniosacral therapy is an avenue that she will follow, that will allow her to express the gifts and abilities to assist humanity, that there are more aspects that she does not need to be aware of right now.
Okay. But by the end of the year 2020, she'll be fully using these abilities.
Fully online.
Beautiful.
5D operation.
Lovely. Well, what about the triple number 3? What does that signify for her?
Family. Signifies family. You need to work on family and focus. The number 3, we don't put too much in there. The number 3 is when she sees the number 3, it's mostly when it's related to family, her children. Mostly her children, they are gifted souls that need guidance on their path. And in the moment, she's in transition herself and not able to always be present and loving with her being, her whole being, towards the children who need that guidance. And they are learning so much from her actions, from her words, from her love, from her energy. Her frequency is balancing their instability, their state of being. It balances them out. So 333 is a reminder. Balance yourself out because you are impacting. Your energy is impacting the energy of the children.
So she will be staying in the home with her children?
Yes.
Beautiful. Okay, that takes us to the 444.
Four, four, four.
What does that relate to?
Four, four, four is a reminder to connect within the 4 elements. The 4 aspects, like a diamond. Diamond light codes.
Okay.
To connect in the moment, be present, to meditate, to remember who you truly are. It's a remembrance. It's a remembrance code.
Okay. And the last one, I don't know if it's 505 or 555.
555.
Okay. And what does that relate to?
That is the angels.
The
angels, the archangels, the support team. There's 5. They're there, they're present, they're always surrounding. It's a reminder that when things seem to get out of hand, when things and situations in life seems to not have a pattern and not have a purpose, when all feels lost, it's a reminder that you're not alone, that there's a lot more out there that you're not aware of to support. Your support team is with you. That is a message we want her to know.
Can you give her the names of the angels that are surrounding her that work with her?
Uriel, Michael, Gabriel, Metatron, Raphael.
And can you tell her what each of them work with her on?
Metatron works on the word is not coming to mind, but the picture is.
What are you seeing?
Geometric shapes.
Sacred geometry?
That is the word. Sacred geometry. Embedding sacred geometry within the body, within the mind. That is why she sees sacred geometry at different intervals, and she doubts that maybe she's going crazy, which she's not. Definitely not. It is a part of the activation, and the more fear she feels about the changes that are occurring and will be occurring, the harder the transition will be. So she needs to really slow it down and not let fear control the experience, because it will not be a pleasant ride. The roller coaster has left. There's no way back. There's only forward. It can either be a rocky ride or it can be a smooth one.
I always say you can either go screaming or just put your hands up in the air and laugh.
Enjoy the ride. She will. It's part of the path. It's already there. Raphael is there for protection. Protection from... just for protection. Right now she's like a sponge, attracting many different energies, people, frequencies, different situations. So he's there to teach her to protect herself, her energetically, to not allow outside factors to destabilize her condition and her emotions and her energy field. Uriel is there to help with relationships with people. So when she feels like she doesn't want to connect, she feels no connection to other people, she feels like sometimes she's disconnected from her husband, from her mother, she doesn't want to have any connection, that is because there's an adaptation and a regulation period that's happening right now. Things are changing vastly. She's becoming something completely different from what she was before. And it is very scary. It is very different. And people are not understanding. And Uriel is there to help ease the transition with the relationship so that it's smoother.
And I believe you said Archangel Michael?
Michael and Raphael. Mm-hmm. Michael is the main guide. You see light. Light. He's wearing red. He's there to help regulate the emotions.
How does
not
he do
regulate
that?
them, not regulate them, more understand. Help understand and decipher emotions. So when an emotion comes up, there's an origin of where it comes from. He helps Julia understand and decipher what the origin of the emotion and what the situation needs to bring. What is there to learn? It is much faster than going through the whole lesson, and there's enough time has been spent on lessons. Right now it's more getting to the core of the issue, and then she obviously has free will to choose to accept, let go, and move forward, or to get into that lesson and explore it further. It is always a choice.
Mm-hmm. Do any of her angels have a specific message for her right now?
Yes, Michael does. You need to trust. You need to trust of what's going on within you. So many times a day, every single day, you feel and you see things, but you doubt, which closes off that window. You put blindfolds on and you just try to live what you perceive as normal life. But that cannot and will not happen for you because that is not your path. Your path is to make a difference, to be a healer, to love, to accept, to assist in the ascension process. But first you need to assist yourself, and that will only happen by acceptance and surrender. There's a strong fight, but all you need to do is just surrender and put more effort into feeding your soul, not just occupying your mind and keeping your body and mind busy. to make it through the days. It's about quality right now, to assist with these transitions to make this smoother, more pleasant, because it is what you've been waiting and building for. It's been leading up to this. And it's here and now, and acceptance and surrender is what will get you through it and make this joyride very pleasant.
Thank you, Archangel Michael.
Thank you.
We appreciate your being here.
Always happy to be here and help.